date on the title is incorrect, but the route is. The Monday Walkers are assembled here down at the Castle at Marara prior to driving off to Camfrides for today's route. Our route starts here and we set off on this gravel track which we've followed for a lot of kilometres. Up above us is Borel, the Sorellas and Pla de la Casa. Exactly where, we're not sure. We're about 20 minutes into the track at this stage. It's possible that in front of us now, in the centre of the picture, is in fact Pla de la Casa. We're about halfway along the track.
Also very nice view, right? You
Yeah. Nobody.
He probably thinks that one of us is him. Oh, there you
It's not there.
Just been visited by a large herd of goats or sheep or whatever they are. The track is now deteriorating into a muddy, frozen track, but with Pla de la Casa showing at the end of it.
Pointed to the area where it shows, the window.
We're about 15 minutes ahead of schedule at the end of the track at the Calada de Barral. At this point, we take off on a very small track that runs up the scree on the southwest end of Pla de la Casa. This is where the ground steepens up, but about 3/4 of an hour should see us up near the top. And still the small track continues rough and steep up towards the main ridge of Pla de la Casa. At last we've beaten the very awkward and loose scree track and are now up on firmer ground. It shouldn't be all that many minutes now as we go over the top where the summit and the Nevera should come into view. And at last, Pla de la Casa is just in front of us. First though, we go to the large Nevera. The Nevera. And the Nevera, which is deep.
Built a fourth bridge up there.
Before lunch, we've decided to go to the summit. And there we are, on the summit of Casa. The book is there, but there's no pencil to write in it.
Is it? It's still confirmed.
After completing lunch, we dropped down into this large, wide open valley, which we then traverse round to the right, over the ridge, and pick our way back. And of course, what goes up must then come down. As we descend from the summit, we get a really good bird's eye view down into the Nevera, and also our rucksacks containing our lunch. And at long last, it's lunchtime. We have to leave our lunch spot and now make our way down the steep screes off of the eastern end of Casa. The descent of the long scree isn't too pleasant.
Yeah. It's nice to get the things up in time. Still, I think it's good for your bones to carry heavy weights on it. Oh, is it? Yeah.
In front of us now, we can see Cyrelia East Peak. We must be heading in the right direction. Our instructions said go south from the ruins, which we think we found, climb up into a small gap in the rock. And it looks as if that gap there is probably the correct one. Some went that way, some went another, but we are returning to that spot, hoping that it is in fact the correct way. From the small rocky col, there's a very, very steep rocky track heading downwards. It's very steep, but as we go across to the left, you can see where it eases out and then probably curves right down to our cars. The descent of this is still very difficult. It's on steep rocky ground that's very loose. However, we're moving east, hoping to gain this low ridge lower down. we're lucky, we've come down dead at the right spot by the Rincon de Olvido restaurant. And we get there, we'll see if it is. Incredibly, we have in fact got down to the Rincon de Olvido restaurant. Unfortunately, it looks totally closed. Well, we started out with 17 people this morning, and we've still got 17 people.
Strange as it may seem.
It's a 5-minute walk to the cars, and the route has been completed. And finally, the weary and thirsty walkers arrive back at the cars. The route has taken a good 6 hours. But what an interesting route it's been.